Hello guys, welcome to another episode of it's our programming stuff. So in today's video, we'll simply be looking at the HTML structure, the HTML skeleton, and structuring of our website. The last time we had a lecture, I was telling you guys that when you visit any website, what you are simply doing is you are visiting a particular folder on the web server. And I told you that before you start creating your website, before you begin your coding, there is need for you to create a folder that is going to carry all your documents, both your picture, your files, your video, and the rest. So before you start coding, the very first thing you need to do is for you to create your root folder, your folder that is going to carry all your documents, just like the way you do create folder for images, for lecture, and the rest of your documents. So I'll be navigating um, to my drive so that I'll create a folder there. So I'm already in my internal storage. This is my internal storage. So now I want to create um my root folder that is going to carry all my documents. So and I advise you that when you are creating your folder, you should name it the name you should name it with the name of your website. Like mine is going to be Abuhoir T Hub. Abuhoir T Hub. And again, when you create the folder, you should take note of the name because you are going to be referencing to that folder when the time comes. So just click on OK to create your folder. And as you can see, I'm already having my folder. That is Abuhoir T Hub. Remember where you create it. Me, I created my own directly inside my internal storage. So I'll switch back to my A code. So since my folder is ready, the next thing I'm going to do now is to input my HTML skeleton. To input my HTML skeleton, I'm sure we already know what the HTML skeleton. I'll open my HTML. The second one is head. Close it. Then I'll have my title. Please, when you are spelling this title, it's not your normal title as TITT. The spelling of the spelling of a programming is quite different from your normal spelling. I open my So when you are coding, you code with the correct spelling. So I'll open my title and close my title. Then I'll close my header, my head. Then after that, I'll open my body. Then close my body. Then Then I'll close my HTML. So from our previous lesson, this is actually the structure of my HTML skeleton. And we said in between the open body tag and the close body tag, it carries all the content of our website. While the other one, the HTML, the open HTML actually define the particular programming language we are using, the head and the close head, then the body and the close body. So saving a document is very important. In fact, one thing about coding is whenever you write any code, okay, understand these two things. As you are writing a code, after you've written some set of lines, there is need for you to preview. Are we following now? And before you can preview what you've done, you need to save. Some of you that have worked with Microsoft Word and the rest of them, I'm sure you understand what it is for you to always save your document. So in coding also, the same thing is applicable. Once you write a line of code and you want to preview it, you need to save before you can preview. Although when we start coding, you understand it. So now, I want to save this document, and you just click this icon, and it will display a pop-up dialog box asking you to select the folder that you want to save that document. So now the program is prompting us to select the location we want to be saving our files. we should select the root folder that will be carrying all our website documents. Remember, you know the one where the name of my folder is Abohoid T Hub. So you click on this select folder. After you select the folder, it will display this interface. So you click on this plus button at the top. Then you click on add path. Select folder. Are we following? Select folder. Mine is showing admin, assets, plugins. That means I need to go back to my root folder. So what I'll simply do is I'll go back. I'll continue going back. Then I click on my Infinite Host 12. It has taken me to my root folder. Are we following? You keep on clicking that back. It will take you to your root folder. And this is the folder I'm looking for. Abohoid T Hub. So I'll click on it. It has added. I'm inside the folder now. So if you're already inside the folder like this, you click on use this folder. Allow a code to access files in Abohoid T Hub. So you click on allow. This is the path and this is the folder name. Then you click on OK. Then your folder will automatically be added. So if I want to save it inside now, I will click on it again. I'm inside. I'm now inside the folder. Then I'll click on this icon below. Just click it. So as you can see, our file has been saved. But if you notice something, it is still showing untitled.t.txt. Click on this pen icon. Then you select rename. Then delete it and name it as home.html. So briefly before we continue, there is what we call whenever you are naming a document or a file, what we are working now, the page we are working on now, it is referred to as what? A file in our website root folder. When you are saving your document, there is something we refer to as file extension. Each programming language, I told you earlier that we have numerous programming language, PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JNode, and so many of them. What differentiates each and every one of them is their file extension. In the sense that when you see a file, with the extension, you can tell which programming language was used to code this particular file. Are you following now? Like that of HTML, the extension is .html. If you don't add this extension, there is no way the browser will be able to read that this particular file is HTML or is CSS. It will not even recognize it as a web file. So you need to make sure that after you've written the name of the file, there should be dot followed by the extension name, which is .html. Make sure you spell the HTML very well. If you make a mistake in the spelling, there's no way your program is going to work. So save it as home.html. Then you click on OK. Now what happened? Our menu bar at the top of the title bar is now showing home.html. So now, then after you've saved your document, there is need for you to always preview what you've done. So if we want to preview this now, what you do at this topmost side, the topmost bar, you click on this play icon. You click on it, and it will automatically display your website environment. I told you earlier that one beautiful thing about this application is that it comes with an inbuilt browser. So it is displaying our web environment. That's why you're seeing it localhost column 8158/home.html. These are our website link. These are our website link. So if you are done, this is a preview. The reason why here is showing blank is because we've not added anything. That's why it's showing blank. Okay, let's just go back. Just go back. When you're done, just go back. And I told you earlier that all the content of your website will fall between the open body and close body. Let's write something like welcome. So let's just write welcome to my website in between the open and close body. I told you earlier that whenever you write anything, whenever you input anything on your working environment, there is need for you to save before you preview. Okay, and the dot here, the reason why this dot is showing is because I've not saved. So let's save. It's no longer there. That means our document is being saved. Then I preview. You see, welcome to my website. Are you following? Okay, now let's go back and set something. In between this title, I want us to add our title. Let's see how the effect is going to be. But first, let's preview. Okay, we are only having welcome to my website. And at the top bar here, we are having localhost 8158/home. Let's set our title of our website to my website. My website. You can just select save, then preview. As you can see, it's no longer localhost whatever home.html is now showing my website. And whenever you are browsing on the internet, whenever either you are using your computer or you are using your phone, check at the address bar. The address bar is where you input your address. If that website is not having title, it will display the URL. That is the link. But if it is having title, you see my website. That's why sometimes when you are making any registration online, like WAEC, I don't know, like you are doing registration on Jam Portal or WAEC Portal. At the top, at the address bar, you will see it, Jam Registration Center or Jam Form Printing or whatever. Are you following? So are we following? I think this is where we'll just stop for today. So that if you keep on writing on the body now, let's say I decide to write another thing, download free PDF. I will save, preview. So I'm seeing download free PDF. It's going. Are you following now? If you input another thing again, it will still appear. Everything must fall between the body. All your website content must fall between the body, open body, and the close body tag. So this is where we'll stop. Just go and practice on this. Try to do some things. Then later on, we'll continue our coding.